Your content is content marketing, and marketing is supposed to bring you an ROI, but most unheard entrepreneurs don't ever take into consideration what they're selling when it comes to your content, and they try to get as many views, they try to build more followers, just because they think exposure is what's going to bring in sales. Exposure doesn't bring in sales. Your job to sell is what brings in sales, and your content should be helping you do that. So I'm gonna hop over to Blackboard right now. I'm gonna break down how you can shift your content right now by taking into consideration what your offer actually is. Okay, so how do we start creating content that creates demand for a product? Well, I'm gonna break that down here in a second, but I just want you guys to realize something. When you can actually master this and do this correctly, you don't need to rely on consistent content every single week. You don't need to rely on building the biggest following ever. Although those things will help you, you don't have to rely on that. And that's why we've nearly 3x'd our sales last year without being consistent, without sending out consistent emails, and really not focusing on a lot of keyword-driven content. So one of the reasons why we did this is because we looked at what we were selling and essentially we simplified it. And what we sell is the video Forex effect. That's our methodology. And it basically breaks down how to fix video inside your business. Everything from the vision to the impactful messaging, the influence persuasion, to the synergistic strategy, to the workflows so you can push a lot of content out. Now what happens is this right here becomes our North Star, meaning I know this is what I'm selling. This is our unique thing that we sell that no one else can sell, and moves us into that 5th level of market sophistication. But now what happens is all of my content must absolutely point back to this in some way. So now instead of doing a piece of content on like how to build a website, even though that might attract small business owners, and that's who I sell to, I don't want to do that. I want to create content that goes to this 5th level of market sophistication, to my audience. So now what we start to do is we start to create content with this in mind. So for example, I can start looking at, well, what's going to stop people from using video? Maybe they think it's too technical. So now what I can do is start putting out thought reversal videos, shifting that belief. Hey, video is not very technical, you just don't have the right system. Or I could look at, okay, well, people are gonna say they're afraid of the camera. And I could put out content that says, you're not afraid of the camera. You're actually more afraid of judgment. You've taken a selfie before, you've taken a picture before. You're fine in front of the camera. It's judgment. So now I'm putting out thought reversal videos that end suffering and end a belief in their life. I can connect it back to video, but really what I'm doing is I'm taking care of objections while adding value. And this is when 70% of your selling starts to happen. So again, what we have to do is anytime you do want to do an educational or how-to video, do it inside of one of your pillars. So for example, I could talk about here's how you create a workflow that allows you to do 6 months worth of content in 3 days. Or I could do a how-to video on how to build a remarketing audience using video. Or I could say, hey, here's how you create really impactful messaging. But guess what? All of my how-to content, educational content, is linking back up to the only thing that I sell. So now what happens when people enter my sales funnel, they attend a webinar or something, they already know they want this. So I give them more of it. And then if they want to go deeper with me or work with me on getting this deployed, the sale becomes a lot easier because our content has removed objections. It's already positioned this as the solution. And I can even follow up with like case studies and testimonials and stuff. But if your content is constantly going after this keyword, this popular topic, this is what I want to talk about, this is what I believe, and I don't care what you believe, or I'm not going to do any influence persuasion to try to shift your beliefs, you just have this big, huge mess and you start creating content for the sake of creating content. There's no growth, and there's especially no way to monitor how effective your content is when it comes to generating sales. Remember, this is content marketing. Marketing needs to generate sales. If you do not have sales in mind when creating content, you're not going to be able to grow your business. Sales are king. Cash is what, and money coming in is what allows you to grow your business. It allows you to scale your business. It allows you to build a team, put in better processes, invest more into your product. Without taking sales in mind when it comes to your content, you're not building a business, you're building a hobby.